Hashem Al Shai by Hashem Makakudah. Shalom to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect out there. Shalom to you all. And I'm going to entitle this video, "The Book Was Unsealed to the Israelites Only." The book was unsealed to the Israelites only. Now let me look up some words here. Now there's a video. I didn't even watch the video, but I saw the title, and I went to the chat, and I was, wow. Chat said a lot. So this is the video, which I'll get a chance. I'll watch it later. It says, a look at Daniel 12 chapter, the 12th chapter, verse 4. Seal the book till the time of the end. So if the book was sealed until a particular time, which is the end, we're going to find out what the end is, and chat is going to tell you that we're in the end and that the book is unsealed. But it was not unsealed to anyone except the prophets of the Most High, which are the Israelites. So let me do this. Let me go to all right, let's go here. Okay, this is still up. Good. So I'm not even going to deal with that. You got so-called Jewish scholars and historians saying that the Romans, the so-called white European Romans, descended from the Edomites. They're the Edomites. So we know what the Edomites look like, and the Edomites are still here among us today. So let me go to, and this is a countdown to months. This place will be done. It'll be destroyed inside of months, whether 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, 24 months, 36 months, 30 months. We're not talking about years anymore. We're talking about months before the kingdom is here. The kingdom is here, but it's not established. When you see Israelites, not just GMS, but other groups, former One Westers, they're part of the kingdom of Israel, or the kingdom. So all them men, IUIC, Nate, Johanna, ISGPK, all the different groups out there, they're all a part of the kingdom because they're all going to be in the kingdom. Okay, let me look up the word sealed. Then I'm going to look up the word meaning. Something being sealed, fasten or close securely. Now let me look up the word unsealed. Unsealed meaning unsealed, past tense, unsealed, past participle, unsealed, remove or break the seal of. Also you can use the word decipher. Decipher means to break the circle. All right, like I said, I did not see this video, but the title caught my attention, so I said, let me go to the chat. And I was quite surprised on what the chat had to say concerning this. Daniel 12:4 meaning. Daniel 12:4 says, "But you, Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book until the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased." Technology, meaning and interpretation. Let me put the fan on. It's good and hot in here. Okay. Meaning and interpretation. And the chat was pretty much on point. I would say they were on point. I was surprised at their response or answer to my question. So you get a hand clap, chat, GBT. This verse, and I'm gonna ask another question. This verse comes at the end of Daniel's final vision, which spans chapters 10 to 12, and is highly prophetic. Here's a breakdown of what it means. Daniel 10 was talking about a certain time. It was mostly, I got to read the whole chapter again. It was fulfilled before our time. Daniel 11, that whole chapter was fulfilled. We're talking more than 2,000 years ago. Daniel 8 was fulfilled more than 2,000 years ago. Daniel 7, part of it has been fulfilled. The last few verses are going to be fulfilled in coming months. It says, and so is Daniel 2. Daniel 2 and Daniel 7 go hand in hand. Shut up the words and seal the book. And the book, we all agree, has to be talking about the scriptures. Now people can say, well, I read the book. My grandfather read the book. My great-great-grandfather, John Calvin, he read the book. Okay, yeah, you can open up the book and you can read, but you can't decipher it. The book is written in code. The book was codified. So you have to have what is called the cheat codes. You have to have the eye salve to see it. We see it. That's why so many Christians are coming up to us, and they know they lose the fight, or they lose the fight when they go into the Gentile thing. But they'll go into the Gentile thing, and it's written in code because they would outlaw the book. If they said Gentile in the Bible, it actually means Israelites in the Gentile state of mind. So they're looking for a way in, and you're not going to find it. If you're an Edomite, you're going into slavery. That's all you got to know. That's all we got to tell an Edomite. You're an Edomite. You're going into captivity. Then you're going to be gathered together and burnt by the Israelites. We're going to burn you up. We're going to delete you after you serve captivity. It says, shut up the words and seal the book. Shut up and seal. Give me a second here. Excuse me. So it says, shut up the word and seal the book. Shut up and seal mean to preserve and protect the prophecy for the future. That's why when we go into the beast in Revelation and even Daniel, we tell you what it means. It represents NATO, the EU, which includes America and Canada. We know over 2,000 years ago, John the Apostle did not know what he didn't know when he saw the vision of people getting chipped. He just wrote it down. He described it. I saw people getting chipped in the right hand on the forehead. He saw the operation where they open up a man's head, an operating table. He saw people sitting down, and a doctor or a tattoo artist putting an actual chip, and he wrote it down. But he didn't understand it. We understand it fully now. So that it was sealed to him. John the Apostle did not understand these future prophecies. He just wrote it down. We are here, the prophets, to break it down to you. You know, Christians, especially Edomite Christians, they're losing sleep because they say, what if it's true? Anyway, it says, shut up and seal mean to preserve and protect. See, if they knew, they would have destroyed the book. In slavery, they gave the slaves a slave Bible. I think it was called a slave Bible, where they took out the slavery, and we're going to put he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. I may even do a video on that. I did some years ago. It says, shut up and seal mean to preserve. Let's look up the word preserve. Preserve. You have, back in the day, you had like jam preserves, like you would can it or put it in a mason jar, certain fruits and stuff, and you would preserve it where it wouldn't go bad. So let's look up the word preserve. We're living in a very exciting time. I don't want Bible, I just want preserve. Preserve. Maintain something in its original or existing state. All records of the past were zealously preserved. So what John, for example, the apostle, wrote on the Isle of Patmos 2,000 plus years ago, it's here for us today. Like I said, John didn't understand any of the vision that he saw. Daniel didn't understand. Matter of fact, Daniel got sick. They saw the mushroom cloud. They saw the destruction, and it wasn't like going to a movie theater. It was more or less a holographic image. So if you turn around to the back, you would see stuff happening to the back of you. So let's come on back. Shut up and seal mean to preserve and protect. Esau couldn't outlaw the book. The prophecy for the future, which is now. The future is now. It doesn't mean to keep it secret forever, but rather to preserve it until it becomes relevant. When did it become relevant? In our time, in the seventh time, in Abba's time, when Jake started identifying himself as Israelites. And the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, did not give the full understanding to Abba Bivens. He gave him a lot of understanding. He did not give the full understanding to the seven, the said seven. He gave a lot of it, a lot more, but he gave all of it that they gave us and gave us even more. Because the seven did not teach that the MOTB is a microchip. They didn't teach it. Like I said, I asked, when I first came into the school in the 80s, I pulled Ariad to the side and I said, does a mark of the beast mean an actual physical thing that they're going to put in your right hand on your forehead? And he said, yes, but they're not going to have time to do it. Well, wait a minute. Doesn't make sense because it's a prophecy. That proves that the Most High lied. He says something's going to happen. It doesn't happen. Sealing a document was a way to preserve its integrity in ancient times. much like putting a legal seal on a contract. So this is a spiritual seal, because you can read it all you want. You can go to the combination lock and put in all kind of combinations, and you'll never hear that click. Implication: the full understanding of the prophecy was not meant for Daniel's time. Correct. So Daniel didn't understand the prophecies. Daniel 7, Daniel 8, Daniel 12, Daniel 2. It was to be kept for a later generation who would better understand it. The end time. This proves that we're in the end time. We're counting down the months. The clock is ticking. The clock is ticking. So we're going down to months. Months. I said that before. Let me read that again. Implication: the full understanding of prophecy, which Abba didn't have, which the seven didn't have. We have the full understanding of the prophecy. Was not meant for Daniel's time. It was to be kept for a later generation, our generation, who would better understand it. Why do we better understand it? Because Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai opened our eyes and gave us the eye salve to see. I believe that's Revelation 3, if I'm not mistaken. The time of the end. I remember the high priest Ariah, when I first came in, he went to Habakkuk, which is one of my favorite books. The second chapter is one of my favorite chapters. And when you read the beginning of it, matter of fact, I should go to that. Let me just go to that so I can read it just to refresh my memory. I should know it by heart, but I want to read it in the KJV and in the what's that? Habakkuk 2. Read in the King James, and then read in the NLT, and maybe in the AMP. I will stand upon my watch. Who's the man on the watch? The prophet. And set me upon the tower. You're on the tower because you can see further away. The people inside the walled village can't see it. You got to be on the tower to see far away. So it's see palantir, means to see far away. So that applies to us. We can see far away. We can see things that people can't see. We can see things in the future. And we'll watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. Because he complained in the first chapter. Read the first chapter. The Most High gave him the answer. And Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision. Whatever you see, write it down, and make it plain upon tables or tablets. We have modern tablets, right? That he may run that readeth it. So we're gonna grab the ball and run with it. We read it and we break it down. We tell people what this book is all about. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, and at the end it shall speak. It damn sure is speaking. So what High Priest Ariah said in the 80s, he read that and he said it's not happening now. He said when this time comes, but at the end it shall speak. He said you don't gotta ask nobody. You're gonna know it's the time. And we are definitely in the end times. And not lie. And how is it going to speak to us? Through the prophecies coming to pass. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. So now let's go into the NLT. And I will climb up to my watchtower. Who's on the watchtower? The prophets, because they can see far away. Palantir. And stand at my guard post. When we're on the streets, we standing. There there I will wait to see what Yahweh says and how he will answer my complaint. Remember, read the first chapter, and Habakkuk complained, so the Most High gave him an answer. It says in the headline, the Lord's or Yahweh's second reply. Then Yahweh said to me, write my answer plainly on tablets, so that a runner can carry the correct message to others. Who are the runners? Also prophets. The watchman is a prophet. The runner. The watchman sees a vision. He passes it to another prophet, which is a runner, and he goes, go tell that. Third verse, NLT. This vision is for a future time. We're in that time. It describes the end. We're at the end, and it will be fulfilled. If it seems slow in coming, wait patiently, for it will surely take place. It will not be delayed. And we're in this time. We're in this time. This generation shall not pass away until all these things be fulfilled. We are that generation. I was a lot younger than the 7. Some of the 7 are dead. Others are just out there. So who are the top authorities? The men of GMS, starting from the apostles on down. Let's try the AMP. See, what's amazing is I don't even have to watch the video that the apostle put up, but I'm going to watch it anyway. And he's going to say pretty much the same thing I say, in my opinion. Okay, so now we're in the AMP. Let's go. I will stand at my guard post and station myself on the tower. And I will keep watch to see what he will say to me and what answer I will give as his spokesman. We are the spokesmen. Meditate not on what you're going to say, for in that hour it shall be given unto you what to say, for it is not ye that speak, but the Father dwelleth in you. When I am reproved, then Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and engrave it plainly on clay tablets. Now we have these tablets. The smartphone is a tablet, right? You got the tablet, the smartphone. You got the laptop, and you got the the PC, right? It says, and engrave it plainly on clay tablets, so that the one who reads it will run. Go tell that. It's not just knowing these. That's the servant that had the coin, and he buried it. Well, you were not supposed to bury it. So you got guys that got this knowledge, but buries it, man. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, future time. It hurries toward the goal of fulfillment. We're in a time of fulfillment. It will not fail. All these prophecies that you read about, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Obadiah, Joel, Haggai, Zephaniah, how you living inside joke. Even though it delays, wait patiently for it, because it will certainly come. It will not delay. So certain people didn't want to wait, and they turned their back and they went back into the world. They're not prophets. They left their posts. You leave your post. If you ever work security, you leave your post. They find out you're fired. So these guys were fired. So let's come on back. Trying not to make this long until the time of the end. We're in the time of the end. This phrase refers to a future time, often interpreted as the end times. We're in the end times. Now, the former head of Sakari, which I don't know if he left Sakari altogether, he made a statement some months ago, this was before that scandal came out, and he said he was on No Jump, I believe, and they asked him, when is this end thing gonna come? He said it could happen. He said it could happen tomorrow. It could happen 1,000 years from now. And what did we do when we heard it? We jumped on him. He got mad, but we jumped on him because he was dead wrong. He got rebuked. Oh, it could be next 1,000 years. I said, what? And he came back and cursed me out. I believe that's what he said. He said, you see, Eli, see you and your wicked damn sons. Well, my response back to him was, if I'm Eli, you are one of my sons. And I did call you my son when you came out the 34th. I said, this is my rebellious son. So if I'm Eli, you one of the wicked sons. It says a time of culmination, the bringing of things together of history and the Most High final judgment. It's a recurring phrase in apocalyptic or Revelation. Go to Roman Catholic Bible. Go to the book of Revelation. It does not say Revelation. It says apocalypse, which means revelation. Revelation, to pull back the veil. And the veil is only pulled back to the prophets. Literature, e.g., example given Daniel 8:17, which took place. Daniel 11:35, which took place. Daniel 11:40, which took place. Now you got some people that say, oh, that's talking about the Antichrist. No, it's not. Daniel 8, Daniel 11, and Daniel 11 took place. Daniel 9 took place already. Implication: the message will be most relevant or fully understood as events approach the final days. We're in the final days and we can see everything. Most High is coming in our generation. Many shall run to and fro. Now I'm surprised, chat. Give chat a hand. There are two common interpretations. 3, many shall run to and fro. Literal movement. Some see it as people literally traveling more and more, symbolizing global geopolitics. We're living in a global world. The mark of the beast will be global, symbolizing global movement or unrest in the end times. Figurative movement. Others understand it as people searching for knowledge, and that's two. Both of them are correct. The literal movement and the figurative movement. Others understand it as people searching for knowledge. That's why these Christians, what do the Christians do? They always go to the Israelites. They always roll up on the Israelites. Why? Because they know we have the knowledge. And they're trying to get the knowledge. That goes into Matthew 25, the 10 virgins, 5 are wise and 5 are foolish. Remember, these Christian jakes are the foolish, so they don't understand it. That's why they're riffing and I ain't gonna stop until I get them damn, because you are a lamp without any oil. Especially regarding prophecy and truth. How many times have I said that? If I got $1 for how many times I said that, I'd be a millionaire, man. Let me read that again. Figurative movement. Others understand it as people searching for knowledge. The Christians are searching for knowledge. Anytime these Christians roll up on us, they never argue about prophecy because they don't know prophecy, especially regarding prophecy and truth, like a spiritual or intellectual quest. They don't have like I said, you deal with these Christians, you control the narrative. They don't like it, we don't have to have a sit down. We don't have to have a discussion. I ain't controlling the narrative. Remember, you need us, we don't need you. You women, you're nothing without us. We the macaroni, baby. We the macaroni. That's why you can get an Edomite and bring back Israel. You can get a a Moabite and bring back Israel. It says, and knowledge shall increase. What knowledge? Technical knowledge. And they're going to say, Chat, on the other hand, Chat is doing good. General knowledge, science, technology, etc. Let me read that again. And knowledge shall increase can refer to general knowledge, science, technology, etc. Growing rapidly. You go back 20 years ago, what were we talking, 95, 2005, 2015? Shit, goddamn. You go back 30 years ago, I remember I was working for a particular job, mobile, in Manhattan, and we had the flip phones. There was no webinar like that, and you call in, whatever. That's when the beepers was out, early in the 90s. So now you got the smartphone, and basically you don't need a computer. You can put up videos with your smartphones. You see something happening, an explosion, a UFO, you pull out your smartphone, you take a picture. If you told somebody back in the 90s you can do all that, they said, nah, that's BS. So knowledge has increased dramatically. It's a general knowledge, science, technology, etc. Growing rapidly. And Esau is taking the credit like you didn't figure out a damn thing. The angel them give you the knowledge, man. Often cited in modern end times. We're in modern end times. Often cited in modern end times decisions. Prophetic knowledge increasing. People understanding scripture and prophecy more clearly as the end approaches. What people? The prophets of the Lord, the Israelites. Christians do not understand prophecy. Vocab doesn't understand prophecy. God Logic doesn't understand prophecy. None of them clowns understand prophecy. That's why they never argue prophecy. If you say, well, let's discuss Revelation 13:1. What does that mean? Let's go into the whole chapter. What does that mean? You know what they'll do? They'll make it up as they go along. It says interpretive view. Many scholars, and Christian scholars don't understand the Bible. They get stuck when it comes to the prophetic parts of the Bible. They make shit up. Many scholars prefer the second opinion. Let's read the second opinion. Prophetic knowledge. It's both. Let's go to the second opinion. Prophetic knowledge increasing. People understanding scripture and prophecy more clearly as the end approaches. You Christian scholars, you don't know what's going on. Because none of you would say, if I ask you Babylon, the great city Babylon the Great in Revelation, what is it talking about? You give me every answer except, oh, that's America. And if we said that's America, you say, it can't be America. No, it definitely can't be America. You got certain Christian Edomites that say it is America. It says, this knowledge specifically refers to understanding the Most High's plan and the meaning of prophecy, not just scientific progress, but it is scientific in general, and knowledge shall increase, technology shall increase. Why do you think we're able to get this knowledge throughout the whole planet Earth? Because everybody and their mama got a smartphone, a tablet, a laptop. It says summary. Daniel 12:4 tells Daniel to preserve the vision for a future time. As history progresses and the world nears the end, we're at the end, not near, we're at the end. People will seek understanding. These Christians are trying to get this. Other people are trying to get this. Why do you think Sarnetta always come around to ISUPK? Because he's trying to get that knowledge, and the Most High playing with him. And the Most High will grant deeper insight into these prophecies. Who did he give the deeper insight to? men of GMS and their affiliates. Would you like to explore how different Christian traditions interpret this? Example given: evangelical, Catholic, they don't know that, they don't understand the prophetic parts. Catholics, they damn sure Orthodox, they don't know. Or do you want a more historical critical analysis? Let me ask this. What is the GMS Hebrew Israelites take on this subject? I can hardly wait. Subject. Question mark. Boom. Okay, so let's read that. You've asked, what is the great millstone GMS Hebrew Israelites interpretation of Daniel 12 and 4? Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall increase. Unfortunately, there are no publicly available references. No, we ain't got no information on GMS. Oh, you got plenty of information. So I guess we got to go back into Daniel. Do more videos on Daniel. Y'all heard that, right? Do more videos on Daniel. Daniel 2, Daniel 7, whatever. You don't have to make such a big deal about like a Daniel 11. You can go into Daniel 8. You know, the main ones is Daniel 7, Daniel 12, Daniel 2. Where GMS explicitly addresses that specific verse. No, we go into it, y'all. Their digital footprint, articles, podcasts, or teachings in their known platform doesn't cite Daniel 12 and 4. That's a lie. That's a bald-faced lie. As a standalone theme or interpret it directly. However, we can still infer how GMS might understand it based on their broader theological worldview. GMS background and wider core beliefs, apocalyptic outlook, non-Trinitarian and works-based. We ain't in the workplace. We know we need a savior. Prophetic frustration of secrecy. GMS often veil their eschatological messages, sometimes linking them to their own prophetic hierarchy while criticizing mainstream interpretation. No, we come out, we bring everything out. Bring everything out. What y'all talking about? Stop playing. How GMS might interpret Daniel 12 and 4. Seal the book until the time of the end. GMS emphasizes that only the elect, which is true, i.e. true Israelites, can interpret prophecy correctly. Right, because the scholars and the Christians, they fail. They don't argue on prophecy. And that outsiders are spiritually blind or deceived, and that's correct. The idea of sealing until the time of the end could resonate with them as a divine safeguard, keeping truth hidden until their faction is deemed ready or legitimately awakened. That's true too. Many shall run to and fro. This could be seen both literally, heightened global instability, and that's happening, migration, conflict, wars, chaos, time of Jacob's trouble, Daniel 12 and 1, signaling end times. The Lord said that, our Lord said that in Matthew 24:3 on down. The disciples asked him privately, when shall the end be, and you coming back? And he broke it down. And figuratively, people scrambling for spiritual truth, right? The Christians are scrambling for spiritual truth, especially surrounding identity or prophecy. GMS might frame it as a prophecy of societal upheaval, more running around, the truth seeking among true Israelites. I like that. Hey, we got to use that. We got to steal it from the chat. We are the elect and the true Israelites, as opposed to the false ones. Knowledge shall increase. GMS may interpret spiritual knowledge as growing among their group, even as the wider world descends into confusion. Right. What is that? Isaiah 25:7. Especially knowledge of identity, prophecy, and divine plans. They could link it to their own emphasis on awakening African Americans to their supposed Israelite heritage, and impending deliverance. Yes, we're waiting for deliverance. They spotted a ship that was 7,000 miles long. That's double the length of America, from New York to California, or Maine to California. There's a ship that's 3,000 miles. There's a spaceship they have documents on of a ship that's 7,000 miles long. They have another document and they're not telling the main public, of a ship that's half the size of the sun. The sun can hold 1.3 million Earths. So you're messing with a power that is too, it's too high powered, baby. It's too high powered. Inside joke. It says contextual understanding outside GMS. Let me just come on down. Summary table of phrase in Daniel 12:4. Seal the book until the end. Likely GMS interpretation. Truth protected until GMS recognized and in spiritual readiness. Phrase in Daniel 12:4. Many shall run to and fro. Signs GMS take. Signs of chaos. Societal collapse. Or people vigorously seeking truth. Like these Christians, they don't have the truth. That's why we don't deal with them. We don't deal with them, period. Knowledge shall increase. Growing a GMS take. Growing understanding among true Israelites. We got to start using that term. We are the elect and the true Israelites of their identity and destiny. Final thoughts. No direct quotes or commentary from GMS, certainly blah, 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 blah. Oh, it even uses the word GMS affiliates. So y'all out there too. If you're investigating this for academic or comparative theological purposes, you might consider reaching out to GMS affiliated media, their podcast videos or written materials, to see if they've published a direct teaching on Daniel 12:4. So anyways, anyhows, let me find this. I hadn't seen this, and I guarantee you that this is a powerful video. See, we can't even watch all the videos. There's so much things happening. And like I said, bottom line is this. The Christians don't have it. That's why they constantly buzzing around us. So I'm going to say shalom. And get ready to be destroyed, this current system. Israel, Kwam Yasha Allah, Kwam Yasha Allah, Kwam Yasha Allah. Now look at this. I haven't watched this. So many things to Amalek working on censoring the truth on all social media. A famine of hearing the word on the web. Yeah, because this truth is getting at them. Truth is the strongest weapon out there, man. Sometimes truth come out on somebody, they're so embarrassed they kill themselves. So, okay, you got this one. The Lord's voice is the only voice that needs to be heard. I like that title. So this has just been put up. So anyway, it just gets uglier. With that, I'm gonna say shalom. On to the next. Shalom.